I want to start this video in so many different ways, so let's try them all. First, Chicho Arango is 1 goal shy of RSL's single season goal scoring record, and we're halfway through the season. He has 17 more games to go. Second point, I really think Chicho Arango is more valuable to his team right now than Lionel Messi. He is there every match day winning games, and at some point, availability is ability. From 2021 to 2023, Christian Chicho Arango scored 35 goals in 57 appearances for LAFC. At the end of 2023, LAFC were running into cap issues with Chicho Arango, Carlos Vela, Jose Cifuentes, Diego Palacios, and Stipe Buick, all wanting big money. One is a free agent, one was sold for $1 million to Rangers, one went on a free transfer to Corinthians, one is on loan in La Liga 2, and one of them has 20 goal contributions in 17 matches for Western Conference leaders RSL. Guess which one LAFC decided to sell to Pachuca? So let's talk a little bit about the most dangerous man in Major League Soccer, the Colombian 29-year-old Christian Chicho Arango. Only 4 months after his sale to Pachuca, RSL negotiated the return of the 29-year-old Colombian back to Major League Soccer with a club record transfer of over $4 million. Now, simply put, Chicho is a goal machine, an absolute freak of nature right now, always has been. But RSL are capitalizing on this machine to raise the level of the entire squad. Now, sometimes he's a poacher, he's in the right place at the right time, but many other times he's just simply magic. His stats jump off the screen, but you can't really grasp what's happening without watching some of these bangers. And there are a lot of them. Now, this is his most recent escapade against Austin FC. What I love about this goal, other than all of it, was Chicho's very lackadaisical approach, which I think he does on purpose to lull the defender and the keeper out of their pressure. Yes, the shot is insane. The technique is excellent, but to make sure that the keeper and the defender weren't hurrying back into position, Arango waits till the very last moment to make his approach to the ball. Now keep in mind, Arango ranks highly in MLS for goals following a pass, which I take to mean he creates space extremely well for himself, shot creating actions, but also in things that aren't necessarily goal scoring, like progressive passes and progressive carries. He really is a complete player, and at 29 years old, he is solidly in his prime. Absolute steal for RSL. The only thing I can really knock him on right now is his aerial ability, but with the way RSL want to build out, that's not really an issue. Now, I love how much he's able to play in the build-up. He's often dropping into the midfield lines, playing out the right side of Ecuadorian forward Anderson Julio and Colombian compatriot right winger Andres Gomez. This heat map only furthers the point that he's absolutely everywhere in the attacking third, slightly preferring to drop into the channels on the right side. And if you are in the unfortunate position to take an early lead on RSL this season, you are never safe with Arango on the pitch. Now, St. Louis City found this out the hard way. I mean, just look at the way that Chicho's ability to give himself the slightest space while being able to get his shot off. His shot speed and placement are obviously impressive, but what makes this even more possible is the speed at which he gets his shot off. Now, this, I think, is an often overlooked skill set on attacking players. How quickly can you get a shot off from the beginning to end of the shooting motion? Now, when I think about foot speed and what helps with shooting motion, I always go back to Harry Kane as the best in the world. Now, when you think it's absolutely impossible to get power or placement on a shot, Harry Kane makes that shot look effortless. And that's why a seemingly innocent mouth breather is one of the most deadly goal scorers in the world. And Chicho Arango has that in his locker, like we see. It's not at the level of good old Harry Kane, but it's in the same realm, and that's saying a lot. Now, you'll also find that his Jorginho-esque penalty run-up is great, his penalty record is impeccable, and it's because he's watching where the keeper will move before he places his shot. Personally, I'm a fan of just thunder-gunting the ball as hard as you can into the top bins, but hey, there's a reason why I'm not a professional. Now, this is one of my favorite goals of the season, mostly because it shows his caliber in so many different areas. First, the sublime touch to bring it down with his thigh. That alone is just chef's kiss level of control. Then it's a showcase in his teammates' attacking action and Arango's movement. Now, Diego Luna, we have to talk about him, is a blessing for RSL this season, and he adds so much dynamism with his creativity. Arango's looping run off the defender to make sure that he gives the defender a difficult decision, and then the finish. Let's just talk about this for a second. So you may be familiar with a little-known Frenchman who played for the New York Red Bulls named Thierry Henry, and while he was at Monaco and then Arsenal, Henry trademarked a very particular far post curling shot. It's one of the most deadly and recognizable shots in football. Nobody has been able to really replicate that shot with as much success and as much consistency as Thierry Henry. Enter Kylian Mbappe, another very little-known Frenchman who just signed for Real Madrid. What a scouting department they have to find these wonder kids. Anyways, while at PSG, Mbappe began to show glimpses of resurrecting that same far post curling shot, but now with a modern twist. You see, when an attacker opens their body and shows with their hips the direction in which they want to curl the ball, the keeper can prepare by taking a step towards the far post in anticipation. What Mbappe figured out is that you can still open your hips, but you plant your foot towards the near post and curl it in that direction. While objectively it's a less dangerous shot to a keeper, it's also harder to save if the keeper is anticipating you to go far post and he's already cheated that way. And that's exactly the shot that we see Arango take in this instance. He opens up his body, shows his hips far post curling shot, and plants his foot facing the near post and went that way with the shot. I love this evolution, and I especially love to see it rear its ugly head in MLS. Now, RSL isn't slowing down anytime soon. Chicho Arango isn't stopping anytime soon. This man and this team is a menace to MLS, and without hyperbole, I really do think he should be the mid-season favorite for most valuable player. Now, if you enjoyed this video, did you know that you can read the adjacent article that I wrote a few days ago on my Substack newsletter? You can find that link down below in the description or in the pinned comment. I would really appreciate it if you considered subscribing. You'll get my writing delivered right to your inbox at no additional cost. And as you can tell behind me, I'm in a hotel on business right now, so doing my best with the setup that we have. I'm hoping to be at the USA vs. Colombia game on Saturday as part of the press, so let me know what kind of content you want to see around that game. But until then, I'll see you next time. Peace.